Honest J. Nowak. Oh yeah.
A pleasure to me all at last, and welcome back to Flying with the Foam on HJN. And now, I guess the time has come to continue going forward with some more subjects in mind. Many more blasters to come. So, in that sense, let's go for another blaster here in episode 638. And the blaster I'm going to be picking is the Messenger. Of course, if you aren't very familiar with Bolts of Intrigue, this was another blaster that I randomly pull out during the final battle with the enemy. But this is in fact more than just a simple cameo that would appear on one of my own feature film productions here in Kaiju Force Neo. This is in fact a 3-barrel. Whoa. Bounces right off of another blaster that I've already reviewed. But anyways, just like with the Holdout, just like with several other blasters that I've got, it's got priming rod action. And as a result, this is pretty much as basic as you can get with functionality like this. Wow. Tarts are flying all over the place, ricocheting across multiple parts of the room here. So, like I've said before, some of these blasters actually pack a lot of punch here because as basic as priming a rod action is, it all seems to come together pretty well. But in most cases, I will just say at this point that the Messenger, while it does follow along with some of its brethren in the priming rod family of blasters, this one certainly does have a lot of its own tropes that make it all the more interesting and special in most ways. Of course, it's got that triangular formation of 3 barrels to hold 3 different darts in. And it's always equipped with a smart AR system to pretty much figure out which blaster barrel is loaded. So of course, if I were to just put one dart up here, then of course it would fire out that one. If you would put one over here, then the same thing would happen. Smart AR system just works by detecting which dart is in which barrel. Not really magic, but it is certainly impressive that the many innovations Hasbro was able to do with most of their new blasters and most of their new products as a whole certainly does lead to a lot of interesting quirks and features that you can find today in more recent blasters and products across the board. So anyways, there's also a single tactical rail on the top, so just like with yesterday's review on the Holdout, you could put something up here like a laser dot sight or a scope or a dart storage or something like that. Anything on here. As long as it will fit on here properly because of this little ridge that seems to be in front of it with a nice little sort of iron sight sort of thing. But it is just a small node here on the back and not so much here on the front. Although if you angled it properly, you could probably use the small nodes on the side of the tack rail to help align the sight properly. If you angled it slightly above, then it could work that way. It could be done, basically. However, of course, the Messenger here is part of the Secrets and Spies series, the Code Red collection, and the many other things that the Rebel series was very famous for, because down here, there was a small little pen that you could pull out here on the stock and use the little decoder darts to write small messages on them. And these little red pieces of transparent plastic will help to reveal the message that had been written by these little pens and markers that usually come with all these blasters. However though, since I am not necessarily going to be using those kind of tropes here, the Rebel blasters from those lineups are pretty much not having their own markers in here, except it's just little holes right here. So instead of the marker, I could conveniently put in a 4th dart. Now, that's pretty clever actually. I figured it out myself, and maybe you probably could too, but unfortunately, it doesn't really seem to cooperate very well. because the darts just simply fall out. But anyways, the Messenger is yet another fine example of a nice blaster with some smooth performance and action and some high-powered punch that could easily deliver a pretty good distance for every dart that's fired. Another Rebel blaster out there that also features some amazing color schemes onto it. I mean, hot pink, royal blue, light gray, lavender, orange, red, white, and black. What a combo, actually. I mean, that alone isn't pretty impressive. It's a nice sort of aesthetic. I do like to have certain color combinations within certain products here and there. Those are usually a keeper for me. So, anyways. That's just another Rebel blaster as a whole, though. So if you want to see more, go down to my channel here in HJN or Flying with the Foam, or anything else, really. Then make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.